guys ready for your headliner?
Yeah.
All right. It's a very good friend of mine, very funny man. Lives all over New Jersey and everywhere in the whole entire world because he's fantastic. Put your hands together for John O'Rourke.
Oh, they got new seats, new steps.
Thank you. Keep it going for everybody. It was Mario, it was Heather, and Dawn. Let them hear it. Where do I have to aim this so it works? I'll go right up. And seriously, keep it going for the owner, Joe, and his wife for bringing live comedy to Bordentown. They also brought emphysema. And in about a month, they're going to bring gambling and crack. How's everybody doing? Got a nice mix of people here. Some different ages here, all different. But a good-looking, healthy-looking lady. Ladies, a little advice from Johnny O, take care of your breasts, all right? Support them. Because gravity's out there. Today you're a 36C, tomorrow you're a 42 long. First you're J-Lo, then you're Jello. I'm just curious. There's a few people here. How many guys here are over the age of 40? Okay. This is for you guys. It just struck me as ironic that every year, every New Year's Eve, thousands of people flock to Times Square to mark the passing of time by watching a ball get lowered. You see where I'm going with this now, right? Any of us over 40, we can do that any day of the week in the bathroom mirror. By the way, where do I have to aim this, Joe, so that it'll work? Seriously, gotta aim it towards North Dakota. This is like, I gave my 3-year-old niece a karaoke set, and it's louder than this. You should have brought it. I should have. One for the owner. It's great. You know your career's doing well when you're playing on an Italian mantle. Just for the record, Dave, you're not still taping this, are you?
Yeah.
Are you really?
I might be.
Great. We don't want the evidence, please. And this is, by the way, this is Heather's boyfriend, Dave, who is the Satanist. But he's a nice guy. I don't understand it, because we don't believe in Satan, we just don't believe in God. And I'm like, well then, what the hell is that? He's a Satanist. I mean, you get scared when you say Satanist, and he's sitting next to the other bald guy. Look like a pair of tits sitting there. A pair of tits with bad eyes. Look at them right now. How do I... So what do we got here? Whoop. Hey, now it's working. No, it's not.
North Dakota.
I'm not even using a mic. What the hell?
How you doing?
Hey.
You look like you just came from a group home, and you're thrilled to be here. What do we got here? What do we got? Mostly Italians, right?
Yeah.
I'm not going to mess with the Italians. Why should I? My lawn looks great. This is for all the Italian people. Every fifth family in New Jersey has that one uncle that they don't talk about. And when you look at the family pictures, it's always like this. Some of them are like this. But it's always a bad ending. The last picture's always like this. That was just for the Italian people. No, I live in I just realized I live in an Italian... You know, a lot of Italian people love the religious statues, and I just realized I live in an Italian neighborhood, because on my block alone, I counted 4 Marys on the half shell. But you know, if one of those statues should start to bleed or cry, what happens? That's right, you get 500 Spanish people on the lawn. Spanish people love bleeding kind statues. Have you noticed? There's a statue of Jesus in Hoboken. It was a big story like 2 years ago. And he's supposed to be winking. And like half of Honduras was on the guy's lawn chanting. But did anybody stop to think, why is Jesus winking? You know, honor thy mother and father. Just kidding. I have a neighbor who's really, really Italian, first generation. You know, speaks with that accent. You know, kind of like Mario's parents, and it and what I like to do is mess with him. When I go jogging, I always go really slow by his house when I'm done jogging, like this. Just to remind him what his army did every freaking war. That was a joke. Relax. I had him, I lost him. No Irish tonight, right?
Yeah.
See, they usually don't clap, they don't want to put the drink down. Yeah!
She's new.
Are you guys from around here? From Bordentown? Do you do the green beer out here in Bordentown on St. Pat's? I like to do a couple of green beers every St. Pat's, just for an initial shock the first time I go to the bathroom. Jesus! Oh, that's right. This is just for the Irish girls. You're gonna know what I'm talking about. Uh-oh. Oh, did I get you, Sue? You know what's pathetic? We got a lot of comics here tonight. There's a big dude in the back, Buddha, who's wearing blacks because it's slimming. And we got Zool and Mario. We're all good friends, and it's Zool's birthday. I think Mario addressed it, right? Yeah. Zool, what are you, 44? Yeah.
44.
The problem is Buddha, Mario, and I had you in the death pool, and we're all we took the under. Look at Zool. Look at his hair, and then look at the thing growing out of his chin. I keep telling him, just dye it. Or actually, just die, but... He should be chewing on a tin can behind this place. Anyway, what the hell was I talking about? I'm going to have a sip here. You guys are great, though. Are you having fun? It was a good show, right, so far? Yeah. It was. Until I got up here. This is great. If Fred Sanford was Italian. Some of these jokes are for me, folks, because I think they're funny, even though there's much a chance of getting a laugh at them as that kid in Jaws did of finding his dog. Pippet! Here, boy! Pippet! So, what do you got here? Yankee fans or Met fans?
Yankees.
Philly.
Phillies, oh, that's right.
No.
Oh, Phillies, you did it all. Good for you.
No, not all. Just mainly.
Wait, what was that? What the guy with Tourette's say?
Not all.
No, they won it all.
Yeah.
What do you mean they didn't win it all? What does that mean? They got to win the Super Bowl too? I'm serious.
That's right.
I'm a Met fan, folks.
So sad.
Yeah, talk about premature ejaculation. 2 years in a row.
Yeah.
There's something they can take for this, you know? But it seems wherever you go, there's Yankee fans. There are some Yankee fans, right?
Yep.
Yeah.
You got a mixed table here. You got a Philly fan and a Yankee fan. What are you?
Philly.
Philly? You're a social climber, is that it? Growing up as a kid, I always noticed subtle differences between the Yankees and the Mets. I remember the first time I went to Yankee Stadium, I looked out at center field. There was Monument Park, right? Beautiful plaques and statues. 2 weeks later on a Cub Scout trip, I went to Shea for the first time. I looked out at center field. There was Joe Pignatano's tomato plants. Here, boy! Pepe! It's the same thing today, though. Go to Yankee Stadium, yell out Jorge. You're cheering for the catcher, right? Posada. Hip, hip, Jorge. Go to Shea and yell out Jorge. They start a wave in the bleachers. See, there's a lot of Spanish at the Met games. All I'm saying is, when the Mets play a doubleheader, you can't get a dish washed in the metropolitan area. That's all I'm saying. Did you guys watch the closing ceremony for Yankee Stadium?
Yep.
And then they had a week later the closing ceremony for Shea. What a difference. Yankee Stadium was classy. They had all these old Yankees, Hall of Famers come. Shea, what they did was they had 45 ex-Mets representing 45 years line up on the third base line and the first base line, and they each took turns touching home plate for one last time. The problem is, for some of them, it was the first time. but if you watched it, they had, I noticed that I saw Keith Hernandez, Dwight Gooden, and Darryl Strawberry all standing next to each other on the first base side. So it was good to see them share a line. You Yankee fans, you happy with Johnny Damon? He worked out, right?
Yeah.
No one gives a shit anymore. When they got Johnny Damon, I don't know if you remember, but Steinbrenner, he made him shave and get a haircut. And, you know what? He still looked like he should be spearing fish. The rest of the team's chewing tobacco. He's chewing whale blubber, Johnny Damon. There's a Nanook quality about Johnny. The guy that I miss on the Yankees was David Wells. Remember Boomer?
Oh, yeah.
Now, they got rid of him because he wrote a book, and he admitted he pitched a perfect game with a hangover. And they said he tarnished the Yankee image. Think about the Yankee image a second. Babe Ruth lost half a season to syphilis. Fritz Peterson and Mike Kekich swapped wives, kids, and dogs. And Louis Polonia banged a 12-year-old. Remember Louis Polonia? They used to call him the tortoise because he got there before the hare. Louis. His favorite pregame meal was chicken statutory. So I'm watching the news, and the Yankees just... Hey, give it up for Dawn over there.
Hey,
Just for the way she walked by. That was good.
Hey, now.
I wish I brought some singles. I like that. Hey, here, boy, here, Pip! The Yankee...
Name is Katie.
Katie. What did I say? Dawn. Well, I'm looking for the crack. Here! The Yankees signed C.C. Sabathia. You see the size of that guy? They paid $140 million. I think they paid by the pound. Back up to 300 pounds. I said, you know how he got his name? Growing up in the village where he grew up, they would say, "Would you like some more pie?" And he'd go, "See." That was new. Could you tell? And now they're staring at me like I'm the lifeguard at a Tommy Lee pool party. So there are no black people in Bordentown. Is that it?
Not here.
Are there? Has anybody ever seen one? You bust them in during the day. I usually like to ask a black guy if he understood everything Bernie Mac was saying. You're Italian. Right? That's close enough. No, and he asked a black guy, because I asked all my black friends. I love Bernie Mac, by the way, God bless him. But I asked all my black friends, and he said, I asked all my black friends, and he said, we're a little slow on that. He said he gets about 85% of what Bernie Mac says, because he goes, "People talk about being on the positive, don't play no positive. They don't play no positive. Children, my sister Key, but so. I'm going to play no tail dad. I'll tell you something, America. Bernie Mac don't play no tail dad. I'm going to get a Jane Goodall tape, figure out what the hell he was saying. Okay, they're still not here. They're about 10 years away. Let's get all that out of the way now, in case one does show up. I'm a big basketball fan, and I watch the NCAA tournament every year. I'm not making this up. 4 years ago, the University of Western Illinois basketball team had the wrong spelling on their jerseys the first 2 weeks of the season. They had Illinois. They played 5 games with the wrong spelling. I said, I'd like to be there to see the genius that cracked the case. Say, coach, my tutor said we got a problem. Heck, boy. Anybody here watch that Crossing Over with John Edwards?
Yeah.
You think he's for real? Anybody?
Yes.
Yes.
No.
Who's buying it?
Who's buying?
The Mexican.
Somebody, the Mexican. He's just thrilled he was let in. Who knows?
Yeah.
Without a leaf blower either. Now, if you watch that show, he's always reassuring the living. It's always, I see your dad. He says it's okay. Does that make sense to you? You know, just once I want to see him read somebody. Sir, I see a woman behind you. I'm getting the letter P. Is your mom's name Pearl? Pearl says she wishes she never signed the power of attorney. She hopes you catch cancer of the balls. Scratch to your eyes. You thieving bastard. Does that make sense to you? Anybody here working in an office?
Yep.
Do you ever notice there's always that one girl in the office who has a reputation for like accidentally putting her breasts on guys?